Hello and welcome. Janet Beckers here with your very last wonderful web TV tip for 2012. Tomorrow is 2013. And if you're like me and like most people in business, now you're starting to think 2013, I better really start getting my diary and my plan happening. What am I going to achieve this year? What's my business goals? Am I going to write a book? Am I going to launch a new program? Am I going to do all these different things? And I just have something important I want you to do first, because if you dive straight into it after just finishing that busy time at the end of the year, you can really start to get overwhelmed. And also, because you're already feeling a little bit overwhelmed, maybe a bit tired, you will think smaller, and I really want you to think big. So let me share with you an activity that I do every year. I've done it for about 5 or 6 years now with my family, and it really helps me to grab the most of 2012 and just really get that wonderful energy so I can then start to plan the next year and do it with a lot of enthusiasm and passion. So don't even start planning next year until you do this activity first. And it's a lot of fun to do. Now, I go into this in a lot more detail in some other videos that I've done previously because I've been doing this every year. I keep on sharing it. But let me give you an overview here, and I'm going to put links down below so you can go and see all the past ones and see how things have developed. It's called a celebration board. So before you plan, I want you to really celebrate the year that has gone. Now, here's a handy hint. If you use Facebook, it's a really great way for you to be able to remember all the things you've been doing for the year. Just scroll down through all the different status updates you've done for the last 12 months. That's a great way that I start. But here is one I've prepared earlier. In fact, this is our celebration board for the last year, for 2011, because as I'm filming this, we haven't done ours yet, but we will be, actually, by the time you watch it, we will have done it. We always do this as a family in the period between Christmas and New Year, when all the rush is over and we're all together. And the way that it works is everybody in the family, we even have space for our dog to include things, is we sit down with a beautiful big piece of paper, lots of coloured textures, pencils, crayons, and we really only have to spend about half an hour doing this, but we all take a little section each and we write down, going back from the very, very beginning of the year, all of the things that we have done that we're proud of. Or things that just, or they may not even be, they might be big events, things that have happened in your life. You know, even like for this one here, well, you know, Leo, you know, he got some new beds, big deal, you know, and he made a new friend. But that's our dog, by the way. So, you know, different things that you have done as a family. And we make it so that, you know, it's drawing, it's a celebration. And then we also do things that as a family together, different things that we did together. And I also put over here with my business, different things that happened in my business, because it's, you know, it's very much a part of our whole life. Now, we've actually got this hanging up in our entry hallway, and we've had this hanging up for a year. And the nice part is we go past it and we just go, oh, yes, I remember that. And it's such an incredibly positive thing to be able to do. It really does give you a sense of, wow, I actually did all these different things, and here I was thinking that that particular year wasn't as eventful as I wanted it to be, or it wasn't as successful as I wanted it to be. But because you're putting all those little things down, it's a time for celebration. So when you now go into the next step, and I'll be sharing with you that in our next video, is you'll be able to go in with so much more energy, enthusiasm and passion and optimism for the next year. So I would love to hear from you. Can you do a celebration board for either yourself, you and loved ones? It could even be you if you've got a business team, doing it as that team as well. I would love to hear if you do that. I hear stories every year from people that this was the thing that just got them, got their vibrations and their energy going, and they just took off in the new year. I'd love to hear from you. And if you've got photos to share or any of those things, I would really love to see them. Just send them in, or you can come over to our Facebook page at Wonderful Web Women on Facebook and share the photos there. I would love to be able to hear from you. So, go get them and have some fun. Bye.